Hi, everybody. My name is Lori Beulah, your neighborhood realtor with J. Arnold Real Estate Advisors. And today I want to give some tips to my buyers out there who are in the market to buy a house. When you are in the home buying process, there are some very important things that you need to do, and there are some things that you want to make sure you do not do. And the first thing is stay motivated to buy a house, because that process can be very overwhelming. You're going to look at some properties that you like and some that just don't really fit your needs. And after a while, sometimes you'll start to feel a little bit like this isn't going to happen. We're not going to find our home. But with a realtor like myself, I always tell my buyers, just stay motivated. Don't worry. It's out there. We're going to find it. And we do. So just stay motivated. That's the first thing you want to do. Next, and really super important, is you want to protect your credit. You don't want to do anything that's going to bring a red flag to the lender about something different on your credit. You want to build up your savings. So as you're looking, you've already been pre-approved, but still, every time you get paid, always tuck something away in your savings account, because that's only going to help you when it's time to close and pay your down payment. Make sure you're paying all your bills on time. That only helps your credit score. We don't want any late dings showing up on your credit report, because that definitely could kill the deal at the end. So make sure you're staying current on all your bills, and the lender is going to ask you for documents regularly. And it'll be things like an updated bank statement or updated pay stubs, those kind of financials, your W-2s, tax returns, any type of financial documents. Just make sure you keep them in a safe place so that when the lender starts asking for information, you already have it. And then be thinking about who you want to use as your homeowner's insurance, because that is equally important, because the lender typically adds your homeowner's insurance policy premium into your mortgage payment. So you want to make sure you know who your homeowner's insurance will be. Most times people use whoever they have with their covering their car, but that's something that you want to work on and maybe even get a quote from that, so you'll have that for your lender as well. Those are some good do's to do. Things that we don't want to do is we don't want to make any large credit purchases. So don't go buy a new car. Don't go buy a nice piece of fine jewelry, because that's going to run up your credit, and it'll show up on your credit report, and it's like a red flag. So don't make any large credit purchases. Don't run up any balances on your existing credit cards. You want to keep your balance where it is or less. So your balance can be less than it was before, but it should not be more than what it was before you got pre-approved. Don't apply for any new credit. So don't go to any stores, jewelry stores, clothing stores, and get a new credit card. Don't do any of that kind of stuff. Don't apply for any new credit cards. So don't enter into any payment plans on a deferred loan. So let's just say you have an outstanding loan and you then want to start making payments on that deferment. Don't do that until you talk to your lender, because that's going to mess with your debt to income ratio. So if you could hold off on setting up a payment plan on something new, if you could hold that off until after your loan is closed, until after you finalized your home purchase, that would be better. But always talk to your lender about those kind of things. So even if you haven't used a credit card in a long time, the balance is zero, you don't have to use it, but just don't close it. Don't finance any new debt, obviously. We talked about that. Don't co-sign any new loans. So, if you have a friend or family member who needs a co-signer for a car or whatever, it cannot be you when you're trying to buy a house. Because again, it's going to affect your debt to income. It's going to affect your credit score. Don't do it. This is one of the biggest things. What I'm going to tell you now is one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of clients make. Don't change jobs. Don't resign. Don't decrease your hours on your current job. You want to stay at that job. You want to keep your hours consistent with where they were. So if you were pre-approved and you had a part-time job, then it's okay to be full-time, but you can't have less hours than you did when you got pre-approved. That is super important. Don't dispute credit issues on your credit report. You can dispute things after your loan is closed, but don't do it before, because it just does something to your credit report and there's a red flag on it and it creates problems. And another big one that I see a lot of my clients make, so don't move large amounts of money between your checking account and your savings account or your business account if you have one, because moving large sums of money, lenders don't like that. The other thing lenders don't like is they don't like you making cash deposits. So if you have a large sum of cash in your home, several $1,000s, and then you decide, I'm just going to put this in my checking account, you think that's only going to help because now I have more money in my account. The lender's going to want to know, where did this money come from? They actually call it dirty money. So you can't make, if you're going to make any cash deposits, it needs to be before you even get pre-approved. Once you're pre-approved, no more cash deposits. So I hope this information helps you. There are very important moves that you have to make and not make when you are buying a home. And I will say before I wrap it up is, a few days before the final closing, before you get final approval, your lender is going to run your credit again. So that's why it's really important that you don't make any moves that is going to increase your debt or affect your credit in a negative way. So they're going to run your credit one more time before closing. And if they see something new on your credit report, that could very easily be a deal killer. So I hope that this helped. I hope that, when you're ready to purchase a home, you'll keep these things in mind. And as always, if you have any questions or comments or you want more information, feel free to reach out to me, your neighborhood realtor, Lori Beulah with J. Arnold Real Estate Advisors. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everybody.